My friends, no memes, no dancing around, no embarrassing jokes, simply a man stood proudly of the realm that he has constructed. Because today, my friends, it's finally time that we step aside from King Þarþuþhaþhi and we move on to our next character, on to our descendant. I asked in yesterday's episode who would be the person that you at home would choose to take over the realm. As we've agreed, we'll say 70 years per elf, because they live for a very, very long time. We could play as one character till the end of the game. So we're going to abdicate after 70 years. It will be roughly 70 years by the end of this episode. 937, I think, was the right time. So we've been playing as this guy for 66 years so far. Quite impressive. But it is time for him to move on. So I think what we'll say is no matter what end date we get on today's episode, we'll simply move on to our next character. If we get all the way through, if we end up only playing as the 66 years or whatever, I'm alright with that. I think it's a good time to bookend his life. A good amount of conquest, a good amount of cultural and religious changes to his entire realm. And more importantly, my boy has built one hell of a dynasty. The Fauca-Hyanda dynasty, 73 living members. Dare I open the dynasty tree, or will it crash the game? Oh my god. Good luck making any sense of that whatsoever. You're probably seeing many characters turn up 3 or 4 times on that family tree. It's, it's just elven stuff. So, in the comments of last episode, I saw people suggest some interesting characters. Duke Legolas was popping up once or twice because he is so weird and so odd. A disfigured lunatic might be kind of interesting. I feel like it's a little bit too dangerous. I know the one that we are going to be going for, the one that I saw the most. Samwise popped up. There was the lady who was the last of her bloodline that we adopted. I think she's somewhere down here, right? It's probably the one who doesn't look hideous. Yeah, her. Duchess Alara, because she has that final bloodline of House Valorith, was very, very popular. That was definitely the second most popular decision. Of course, I think somebody said just land a random, and I do like this idea for a future one, so we'll put a pin in that. Land a random grandchild and just go out on a branching adventure with them, obviously, is still on the to-do list. But your winner with the most upvotes, and honestly the character I totally agree with, I think will be the most radical departure from Þarþuþhaþhi, is none other than Duke Elrond of Powys. Lots of reasons why I agree with this guy being the next character we play as. He's only 18, which means that we've got his whole life ahead of him. No children, so it's effectively a completely fresh slate, right? He's somewhat interesting. One-eyed, wounded, so clearly has been in some battles. He is, though, an intricate web weaver. Again, a total change from Þarþuþhaþhi, the trusting, ambitious, but, very martial-focused man. Instead, we've got an arbitrary, intrigue-based character who has that sinful side to him, that lustfulness. Stubborn, so we're definitely going to be sticking to his own machinations, his own decisions strongly, and that is that. So, effectively, the total opposite, and I really love this guy as a choice. It also doubles up as being a nice, acceptable second option, because his wife is that Duchess with the final bloodline, so if they are, when we end up playing as him, if they're soulmates, if they're very good friends, if they have very high opinion of one another, that could be quite the power couple. And I feel like being lustful isn't as restrictive here, given that, of course, you get secondary spouses and much more, shall we say, open-ended relationships. Regardless, though, this is our final day as King Þarþuþhaþhi, whose name I realized I spelt wrong in the title last episode, but it doesn't matter too much. As in, like, his name has been wrong since the start. You don't really need that second H following a thorn, but that's okay. Listen, I messed up. It's too late. That's just him. And you know what? If any character's going to spell his own name wrong, it's got to be my boy Þarþuþhaþhi, hasn't it? I feel like it would be remiss of me not to try and tidy up the last of England. This guy was ambitious. He's gone from a count of the Faroe Islands all the way through to conquering a huge chunk of the North Sea there. Everything from Cornwall all the way up to, the north of Iceland. Let's tidy things up then. Let's do a little damage, and maybe the right thing to do would be, here's what I'm thinking, right, from a meta perspective. I want to leave him with the tools to do some interesting shit as well. I want to give him a huge amount of money to see how he spends it, how he invests it. Maybe he'll do things that I never do, like hire, I would say a bunch of mercenary bands, but hire some mercenaries. Maybe go out on these crazy wars, really expand his borders. Maybe just randomly go for West France or whatever. Really interested to just see what he'll do when I give him the tools to do it. So that's something we'll definitely be focusing on as well. I want to make sure he's got a nice nest egg before we leave the poor guy alone. England, then. We can grab both of these in... That's a single duchy at this point, right? Oh, it's bloody not. Essex and East Anglia. Oh, my God, they're separate. And, of course, he's got Northumbria. That's very annoying. And we're still at truce with you as well, aren't we? Okay, well, that puts us in a weird situation. We could turn our attention to Alba. Or even Sudrayar there, the final remnants of either the Boneless's realm. That could be fun. Honestly, why not? My ambitious man in his final moments doing a much more ambitious task of a whole new kingdom. I think that's good. Northumbria, that's annoying that you did grab part of England there too then, eh? Okay, I mean, there's more valuable targets we could be taking. I would say Galloway is probably a bit better. We'd try and take that capital, which could be good. We've got the Isle of Man there too. I think we'll just keep working south. Let's be sensible about things. Although he's not a sensible man. You know what? Galloway it is. Okay, why not? Sure. Let's go full send for my boys. Final send-off. Whoa, hello there. They actually landed quite a big force over there. Oh, how impressive. Okay, let's send you up round that way, and then we can just siege up with Threk. Yeah, okay. Threk can probably handle it. I love that Threk's going to be, you know, potentially an important character in the realm after we're not so in charge, because they'll actually divide the armies up and let Threk do some leading for a change, which is something I would, of course, never do. Boom, that's a great start. I think what's also important is we set him up with the best perks, so maybe something to think about right now. Obviously, reduced time for cultural acceptance is fantastic. That's something he can keep working on. Probably will keep working on after we move away from him too. Speaking of which, what have you got there? Convinced, oh yeah, it's your territory, that's fine. Promote culture. 10 years. Every minority vassal, that's fine. 10 years is pretty good. Whoa! And Elven's actually taken over pretty well there? Jesus, I'm impressed by that. All right, well, let's keep moving up then. She's in Devon, 5 months remaining. That's something I've got to pay a lot of attention to today, because we are very quickly going to run out of time to start converting all of this stuff. Hello. My vassal, High Priestess Yuxuda, has copulated with her lover. Malice and lies? We are quite trusting. Yeah, we're trusting. Let's just assume she's telling the truth. She's the High Priestess. This child? I trust it's not his child. I trust it's not his child. No, that's fine. It's okay. Is that the wrong way to play him? I mean, there's a kid right in front of him. He should probably trust his eyes more than his High Priestess. But then again, when you've dedicated your whole life to Elvendom like that. Elvendom, obviously D-O-M, not D-U-M-B. Although, what's the difference these days, huh? It's going to be a bloody quick war. Are they counter-sieging? My war score just ticked down. What the hell do you think you're doing down there? Ooh! Just some final questions, my lord, and then I can let you go. Julia Melwood's false cheeriness does nothing to temper the weariness I feel as we spend poring over parchments. I'm not exactly sure who would inhabit these particular parts. Do you happen to know, my lord? It's an intrigue challenge. Okay, give it a go then. It doesn't really matter if, yeah, the discount towards our legend decreases, because ultimately that's something for the AI to deal with. That's something that we're not going to be directly involved with anymore. And war is over. Beautiful. There we are. Oh! Who died? It better not have been Threk. Who just died? Siege 1. Courtier falls. Courtier falls ill. Ah, sorry. I was like, what the hell is that final word? It wasn't Threk, was it? No, it wasn't Threk. It was my other successor. So it wasn't the Vanquisher of Demons. It was the other guy. Well, that's not a problem then. I don't mind so much. Beautiful. Good start. Well, that is horribly messy. Over our domain limit. Really? Oh, hang on. Let's just demand conversion, kick him out. Oh, hold on. I think I sent him a, yeah, ransom request. That's right. Feasnor, the Prince of Fashion. Okay, Earl Ulsaber of Huntingdon has accused my son, Duke Feasnor, of having committed sodomy together with his lover, Uthred. It's kind of be what the Great Spark intended. Is that against the rules? Main doctrines. Deviancy is fine. Same-sex relations are criminal. I suppose there's that big emphasis on large families and rebuilding elden kind. I think we've got to trust. This is where the trusting perk goes hand in hand with opinion. We're going to trust our son in this situation, as you probably should. You've got to avoid a scandal, you know. Yeah, we've picked up a domain holding. Why? City 1. Ah, you know what that is, don't you? Gloucester. Hello there. I guess we'll give it away. Do we want to hold that? I mean, we're not supposed to hold it, right? You see, in CK2, it screams at you about wrong holding type. How do I know that I'm not allowed to hold cities? Does it say on our government type? Maybe it's fine. Because I was going to say, I'd rather have a city than this underdeveloped tribe over here. Well, can we build that legendary shrine? You know, I'm not sure. Let's have a Fauca-Hyanda and then the Guardian of the Alaran Holy Site. Damn, that's sick. Yeah, I'm not really sure whether I just want to keep this or not. Might be more interesting to hold on to it, I suppose. Yeah, okay, you know what? And here's the best part. If we can't hold on to it, it's not our problem at that point, right? Because we're handing them over very, very shortly. That trait, I think. You are pretty good. Let's sort by maybe stewardship. We can sort by some of skills, can't we? Threk. Oh, a younger Threk. That's good. Damn, some of these kids are coming out so well by comparison. Oh, my God. Eldrion. That's for you, my friend. We can hold cities. Ah, beautiful. Okay, that's pretty good. It's still got that negative modifier because it takes a while to flip over. There we go. Oh, cool. God damn. Okay, well, that's a nice way to bring in a little extra tax for my boy. You will never guess who has to be our successor to the Spark Knight. It's Queen Celestia of England, your wife and court jester. Is she not the one with one leg who's also, like, blind? Maybe she's not the best knight. Well, she's the only one we've got, I'm afraid. Oh, no! Bardaga! What happened to her? Just old age? Wow. She wasn't an elf. That's right. She was his firstborn. She wasn't an elf. Oh, God. That means Threk's probably not far behind. Can we just say, shout out to Threk. He was a totally normal man amid a family of enormous, terrifying elves. And my God, did he pull through. 25 Marshal. He's 64 years old. He had just, he had a bunch of kids. Sam Wiesen is obviously his direct success there, who's, like, really good. Shout out to Threk. Just, we love an everyman. We love an underdog story. Ah, Miriel greets you in the council room. My lord, the Grand Matriarch has sent a new coven of sisters, talented Magi. Beautiful, thank you. I wonder if that will just keep building up when we stop playing as him, I suppose, unless he, of course, swaps over to a different task. Speaking of swapping over to a different task, then, so we want to change. Yeah, I mean, the faith is barely spread, but let's keep it strong down, at least in one area. Hello there. Yes, you can have your person back. What do you think? Ireland next? Like, really spread out and give him an obvious goal for when we're no longer involved. Well, let's keep going with Alba first. I think, honestly, we just go in for Albany. Just take a big chunk right out of the middle of him. It's something I would never normally do. It's something that's absolutely hideous. But it's also so goddamn good, isn't it? Just taking a massive chunk out the middle. He would see it and he'd be like, well, that's more land. I want that one. And you know what? He's actually quite a sensible boy. Speaking of which, he had a sore throat, but he took some medicine. But the medicine did taste disgusting. A small health boost for 1 year. I'm really curious how long he'll actually live for when we stop playing as him as well. And you never know. Maybe we can end up with like 2 or 3 characters that we played previously still around. On a visit to the tavern in Fauca-Hyanda, I spy one of the patrons at the heart of all the attention. She's more grizzled than the rest of the patrons, and it smells as if she's been here for an age. To my horror, I recognize the adventurer, Vagava. This is the lady we hired. Are you joking? After months of funding, she hasn't made it out the homeland, and for my next journey, I should cross the Red Sea in a single gulp. Get out of here and hit the road. He's trusting. She runs off with the gold. Can I kill her? She wants... Alright, wait, whoa. Hold on. Vagara wants another inspiration. No, fuck you. What's wrong with you? I don't think I've seen that before. Runs off with the gold and then suddenly an inspiration pops up. Yeah, isn't that some shit? Absolutely not. You stay away. God damn. We probably don't need a doom stack to do sieging here. That's actually very silly. I've gone for Orkney. How bizarre. Okay. Are the rest of his troops... Oh, hello. My daughter, Avania Fauca-Hyanda. Okay, you're fine. Are they all going up to Orkney? We should probably kill some of these armies. I've heard your disputes with the miserable fiend, Bercy. Oh, maybe that would be a great way to wrap up Þarþuþhaþhi's story. Getting rid of Bercy. I'm sure we'll get along, friend. You gain stress because you're critical stress because you're trusting. Low play by a low player. You're no friend of mine. But if we're trusting, surely him saying, oh, you want to help, you need some help dealing with Bercy, we'd trust that? Oh, I guess not. That's bizarre. I wouldn't have assumed that would play out like that. Anyway, let's get some war goal going, and let's go smash some of these people before they take the very vital site that is Orkney. Hey, get out of there! Red Cloak arrives. Oh, my daughter's come back. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, that was the one that we just saw. Finally being educated. That is an enormous amount of war skill right there. He wants to go for his capital, right? Because it's part of the bloody war goal. Can we go down through? There you go. Okay, the disease is gone. 58 more gold. I've got to build him up some cash, and then I've got to deal with Bercy. I think that's my 2 final things I'd like to try with this. Oh, hello. Fair Snore uses Strong Hook of Loyalty to Forgive him of his crimes. Ah, so that'll be the accusation of sodomy, I'd assume. Well, that's okay. That's not the end of the world. You look tired, my lord, Celestia says. I know a cure for that. It's called riddle poems. What do you say? Should we start reading? It is an amusing text. I really need this break. She even does the different voices for each character. I wouldn't do it for too long. You might hurt your throat. Celestia, why don't you tell me about yourself instead? Honestly, yeah. She's been there for so long. She's been his wife for many, many years, and she was just relegated to the funny one-legged jester role. I don't like that. I would like her to be a bit more of a deeper character. And here we are. St. Johnston's Judgment. We're always going to spare it. Maybe our next character, maybe to send a message, might not be so kind. But Þarþuþhaþhi, trusting man. You know, he wants it for his own people, more importantly. I stand and wait clothes. I stand and wait clothes as Julie Melwood fusses around me, adjusting my clothes. Satisfied with her work, she muses a little. I've been wondering whether you might consider a different style. You've been trying to play up your ties to your forebears. Perhaps it's worth thinking about presenting yourself in their image. Ah! Ancient clothing gives same culture opinion and legend spread chance plus 10%. Oh, shit. It's unlikely to happen, but we'll give it a go. Nobody's convinced. Okay, they probably just think, oh, it's old Þarþuþhaþhi being a weirdo again. Join forces. Consent volunteer soldiers decision. Domain taxes for different faith and same faith there. Look at that. God damn. That's really good. The question is, though, is there something slightly more useful? Chance of reinforcing congenital traits 5%. I presume only affects your particular character, of course. So that's probably not so good. God damn. Going into this early would be very, very powerful. Depending on the character that we get. If we end up playing as a genius or a Herculean character, this early on, my god. And then, of course, you've got Declare as heir, which could be an interesting play when we're forced to swap character again in the future, right? And with that, I imagine the war is over. Be very surprised if it isn't. Kapow, 100%. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind. That is horrendous. I have ruined everything. Oh, we hit the right legitimacy level at long last. There you go. You are at your average legitimacy. And if you get 800 legitimacy, slightly reduced claimant faction, slightly reduced Casus Belli cost. So if you were just playing as like a Scandinavian count and you just did like subjugation or counter conquest over and over and over and over and over, you'd probably be able to build up your legitimacy bloody quickly and get well above it. So I imagine they've already got quite a low expected legitimacy rating, right? Well, anyway, this is really curious because I don't know quite where to go for. Leading by example. Impressed court for vassal opinion +5. Normally, I think, okay, that's not really very relevant. Because, of course, as the player, I could just send them some money and shut them up. But in this case, just getting him that little safety net. I don't want to see him die. I want this guy to live longer than our next character. I want to see Þarþuþhaþhi live forever. That would be awesome. So I'm gonna give him a fighting chance, because my god, he needs it. The other characters, maybe not so much. Maybe I'm not so worried about. A furious High Chiefess Alorian strides forward, Mayor Thalion hurrying at his heels. My lord, I'm certain that Thalion lusts after my wife. Cannot tolerate his skulking any longer. Marriage is sacred. This is a man who espouses elven culture and elven traditions. We've just seen that that is deviance is accepted, but as long as it's within comfort of your own home. Marriage is absolutely sacred. Before me stands my vassal, High Priestess Yuxurda. Her head hung low. My lord, Hertfordshire has been hit harsh by the recent winter. Give us some gold? Well, he is a spendthrift. And he is trusting as well. They're hanging us, hounding us. We could keep order, my lord. Please. We can organize ourselves without all the death. Peasant from the county of Mearns, an area plagued by unrest, assures me that control can be restored. What we need is excessive bloodshed. Gives a lot more control growth, but a lot lower popular opinion. Sure, let's let them govern themselves. He's trusting. So we're going to show them a level of trust. This guy, as court advisor, stood there looking like that is awesome. We've built quite a cool court this time. Lots of memorable figures. There is Threk right there. We've got Gwillem de la Carre. Jesus, some random human dude wearing his spooky mask. He is awesome. Of course, we've got the one-legged jester who's secretly like a close confidant. An incredibly intelligent lady. Probably watching and waiting. The ultimate spy, really. This is cool. I'm so happy that we've got like a half-decent court as well. Where do we want to go to next? I'm looking at the date. 9:36. And I'm thinking, it's time for a little raiding, isn't it? Time for a little raiding. We've got to start building this guy up. And assuming that we're not going to be playing as him any longer. So, first things first, let's do one of those. Maybe get a lot of counter control up here fast, otherwise he's going to have to be running back and forth to start slapping down some of the locals. Do we need the 44 Chivalry at this point? I think we just say Assist Ruler. A general boost across the board. Maybe when we even stop playing as him. Court Politics. I think that's a strong argument for that, but for now, let's just say all over universal stat boost is fantastic. Do we now duchies? Yes, I'm on it. I'm sorting out, okay? I think this needs to be somebody really good, because it's going to be a hard place to hold. It's by Marshall, really. Is that all we've got? Let's try a different elf trait, because there's quite a lot. I'm not entirely sure why. I'll have to look into that. I presume they have different, you know, kind of associate mechanics. Elf. Put that on my, excuse me, elf. Let's put that on my clipboard a second. So we've got you lot. Muriel, she's not a relative, though, is she? Let's find someone who's preferably not landed. Thank you. You're pretty good. 12? Is that really the best we've got, though? Ugh. Anybody there? Muriel, Evran, okay. Second elf trait, just double-checking. Threk has 14, so that's something. I think Threk might be our best option here. Yeah, okay. To Threk it goes, then, I think. And he's almost finished his education. He's also rowdy, so you'd assume he's got a pretty good education or a good expected outcome. I'm going to give him the whole duchy, and he can just sort it out himself. There you go, little fella. Greatness has been very much thrust upon him. Who's educating you? Because maybe I could offer you someone better, because you're going to be a key player, I think. Can I even? I should be able to. How do I educate? Offer award. No. I need you to be the educated one there. I can't. Not allowed. I guess he's a ruler, right? He is a duke after all. Renewed jihad. The House of Islam is under grave threat from the onslaught of heathens in its very heartlands. In response, His Magnificent Imam al-Mu'tadid has declared that an era of renewed jihad is upon us. Hello? Where are you? Oh, Abbasid. Right. Well, that would make a lot of sense over there in Mesopotamia. Oh, stinky Mesopotamia. Oh, dear. Ooh. Alorian Crystal Grave. This is an elven crafter. So if that cultural benefit only affects elven smiths, I think this is well worth doing. Competent. We're not going to get many masters or legendary people turning up until we spread things like a lot further, spread our culture a lot further. Speaking of spreading things, a horrible turn of phrase. We're in 8 baronies so far. Such a good modifier. I hope he doesn't close it out early or anything like that. Perhaps you should choose someone that appeals to your vassals, my king. Her advice is bright as I ponder what to wear for the day. I am to curry favor with my subjects. I must appear to them as their ruler would be. Yet my realm has many different cultures. I shall represent my people. Yes, you will. You're going to upset Earl Ethelred. Oh, no. What a terrible shame for Earl Ethelred. Successor for the Vanisher of... No. Was that Threk? Did Threk die? Threk hasn't died. He's retired. Why? He's ill? Oh, he's old and he's ill. He can't fight anymore. No. Threk. My beautiful son, he just couldn't stay with it anymore. And honestly, that's fair enough. He's 66. Honestly, that's a hard 66. Especially compared to his 85-year-old father who doesn't look any different whatsoever. God, that's a shame. And to be fair, we actually got like a good amount of glory towards that too. Maybe some tournaments in the future. When we've kind of settled into our ascended tribal feudalism style lifestyle. My beneficiary, Lorian, approaches me. Let's dedicate it to... I think the Great Spark this time. We've dedicated a lot to Julia Melwood and our family members. So tell me, my lord. What about the time you defeated Rodrigo at the Battle of Penlyn? Surely that's worth adding to your legend. Yeah, absolutely it is. Oh, maybe it's not then. Sorry, I take that back. Sorry, raiding. Stop getting distracted here. There's too much going on, and we need to get this man some money before we end up not playing as him anymore. And that's going to be very, very, very shortly, unfortunately. We're actually almost at our time limit as it is. Shall we go somewhere different, somewhere new? How's Aquitaine looking down here in Bordeaux? Do you have anything fancy? He's a Carling. Surely he's got some sort of fancy stuff. He has absolutely nothing. Where are all the good artifacts at then, huh? Joyeuse? Who has that? The Duke of Bar? What the hell? Spear of Destiny? I mean, a lot of these I imagine we can't use. Spear of Destiny's got to be Christian, right? Fill the requirements to get piety per night, etc., etc. Holy Nail, Fragment of the True Cross. I don't really need all of this stuff. I'm kind of curious if there is anything good that isn't necessarily religious specific. Crown of Justinian. Have we ever raided Byzantium? I don't think we have. I mean, it's a bit of a sale, isn't it? What's going on there? Oh, that was early. Listen. Let's go hit Constantinople. They are drowning in cash. This will be his big send-off, as far as I'm concerned. We're going to hit the most valuable target, the most valuable ball. Just one last score. My beneficiary Lorian approached me with a frown, burnt eyebrows, and some bent metal. Needs a better forge. Absolutely, whatever you need. He's a spendthrift, he would. Seems I have little choice. Oh, you big shit. He's changed his feudal contract. I don't even know why I did him a favor, but that's okay. So, sorry, what's happening with Constantinople? Oh, it's just open for business. The capital of Byzantium is now over here in... my Greek geography isn't as good as I was hoping. Dyrrhachion. Okay, and it's a baby, tiny child. Do you have all the stuff? You have a sweet roll recipe. That might be good enough for me. Where's the crown, then? Hold on. This is a much more important question. I don't know if we're allowed to wear it, but it's a nice thing to have, isn't it? Who owns it currently? Inherited by Basilius. You have it? Prince Thomas the Strange? Sorry, I've opened a lot of... No? I didn't think that the baby had it. Wait, what am I looking at here? Oh, is it a bloody court artifact, not an actual physical crown? Let's close some interfaces here. This is getting a little much. Must be a court. Crown of Justinian. Ah, well, that makes a lot more sense. Well, let's turn up anyway, then. To confuse myself there for a second. The worthy Arendor Lightbringer might be appointed Vanquisher of Demons. With a fucking name like that, you can be whoever you want, my friend. Oh, my God. Arendor does not serve as a knight. Yo, you are about to... Sorry, how much prowess was that? 49. Bursey. Bloody Bursey. Oh, we've got to have a duel. An epic duel against Bursey. Maybe they could put it behind them and become friends. Was the name Arendor something? Oh, God. Sorry, I got distracted there with everything else going on. Arendor Lightbringer. There you are. Beautiful. Welcome aboard. We just landed, and it seems as if we didn't get anything at all. Oh, no loot whatsoever. Okay, fair enough. Well, my son, Threk. I remember the day when my son Threk was born to my queen, Julia Melwood, my implacable son. Memories like these bring me comfort no matter what happens. I know my family is there for me. This is so fucking sad. Glowing with health, I whisper under my breath. Threk deserves a gift for his loyalty. Yes, he fucking does. God, I hope they become friends. Oh, my God. I'm going to miss him so much. I cannot find a reason to keep your daughter Seraphina hostage any longer. Oh. Why did you have her anyway? A medieval hostage, not like... Oh! Befriend. Can you use a befriend scheme? Oh, hello. Hold on. Heart of the family. Close family opinion increased. Absolutely. And then we've also... Oh, I was so confused. It was a diplomacy perk. I was going to say, oh, we got a leadership perk. Apparently not. Ooh. Weapon is now renowned. Oh, that's cool. Can I have a listen to the excited voices coming from a small crowd of servants in the hall? The fame of King... Good lord, what a mouthful. The fame of King Þarþuþhaþhi's High Chieftain Þarþuþhaþhi's battle axe of virtue reaches far and wide and keeps growing. Does it just? Wow. Right. Let's head. This is all worth this over there. There's more money in Constantinople than there is in half this bloody county over here. Ooh. Oh, thank you. Magnificent goblet. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's lovely. It's not that good, but I'll take it. Absolute control. Ooh, that's also amazing. We are really setting this guy up for success. I'll be so disappointed if he just suddenly gets clapped. Higher level of splendor, too. Very nice to see. Let's grab some of that precious, beautiful Byzantine gold. Did you see that money? We've captured someone's daughter. And where's the capital of this guy, then? Down in... Wait, hold on. Which island is that? Cyprus? I'm so sorry. I can't... Crete. That's Crete, right? That one's Crete. That one's Cyprus. I get very confused. There's too many islands. Imagine living on an island. A doll and a lifestyle perk. It really is just like a swan song for my beautiful boy, isn't it? It's everything we shouldn't have but have got far too much of. Different cultural opinion higher. Ugh. Wash your hands. Make him wash his hands, because that's the only thing that might end his life a little earlier. Cultural fascination progress, though. That's, again, kind of a meta pick. We're not going to be able to control the culture with our next character, so I think we've got to give it to... we've got to give him things like that so that he can speed things up a little bit, because we're not going to get the opportunity to do so. Imagine just minding your business, eating your olives and your hummus and whatever else you do in Greece, and then suddenly this enormous 6'8", terrifying-faced elven man steps off of his boat, screaming a language that you've never heard before, High Elven, and he comes and steals your children's dolls and then walks away clapping his hands and jeering through his teeth. You just... people would never believe you. They think it was the devil's work. King Þarþuþhaþhi's pox. Don't name a pox after him. This was supposed to be his big final... Oh... King Þarþuþhaþhi... Well, luckily no one will be able to say it. King Þarþuþhaþhi's pox began in Retford. Well, he's never been to Retford. He doesn't even know where Retford is. You shouldn't name that after. You should call it the Retford flu. And now, finally... Oh, hello. My wife. Invest the money in the local area. Absolutely, please do. And here we are to visit the Pope, who probably doesn't want any visitors. How about time for an old friend? Let's go and kick his front door in and take his hat, more importantly. Ready? This is the moment. Bercy's scheme. Wait, Bercy was... What the hell? Snore, my beautiful boy. I've uncovered a vicious scheme by Chieftain Bercy to have you murdered. His agents being rounded up as I write this, but though Bercy has been foiled for now, remains a threat to the future. Unless we take action, that is. You've given me the final full stop on the story of Þarþuþhaþhi, my friend. We stole his warhammer. Still, that hat avoids us. Still, that hat evades us, I should say. Not avoids us, unless it's a particularly powerful hat. Let's get home. Let's get this money home. Oh, that is a bit of a mess, isn't it, in England? What's the difference? And between all of these ransoms... Oh, dear. My grandson, Duke Elrond, has had an extramarital affair with a lawyer. Right. Okay, well, this is a real spanner in the works. I guess we're going to be playing as a man in prison. Oh, shit. Well, that... Oh, that's ruined everything. It's a sign. Don't abandon Þarþuþhaþhi. It's malice and lies. It's malice and lies. It's malice and lies. I'll pay his ransom. I can't pay his ransom. He's been imprisoned by Samwise, his liege? It's not his liege. Will not accept. They're at war. Ah, that's why. Oh. I think he's about to become unlanded. Wait. Oh my god, he's now a single county duke. Oh my god, tell me that isn't the perfect story. Samwise just grabbing all of his lands, forcing him to be a single county duke. Imprisoned for his extramarital affairs. And now that... What a great story we've got to pick up from there. Okay, hold on. Cost-effective architecture, monthly prestige. Vassal opinion +5. Let's go with that. Again, keep things safe at the top. It's a terrible way to build a pyramid, okay? Sturdy at the top. It's absolutely fucked underneath, but that's fine. You want to forge regalia? Yes, by all means. Go ahead, Maud. So I said I was building this guy a nest egg. I want him to stand on his own 2 feet when I stop playing as him. And I think by raiding the Byzantine Empire, we've brought him back quite the tools to make himself interesting for at least some time here today. Let me go through then and quickly tidy up the last of the necessary stuff. Just throwing all of these children at intelligent guardians. Okay, poor wet nurse. That's all right. Family members can get married. Fair enough. Marry them together. Just keep the marriages flowing in here. Alendar of Kent. I want to make sure they're at least in our own family, right? We've stolen some trinkets, so I guess another thing we'll quickly take a look at here is stuff that we've picked up. Now, again, the question is, do we hand over the Sigil of the Realm Lord, the Grand Portal, or the Spark Capacitor? I think I'm not going to do it. I like the idea of us playing a side character to Þarþuþhaþhi's main character. I like the idea that we're going to try and keep the realm going and powerful and strong externally. You know, not against our character's beliefs and wishes. If they're greedy and ambitious, obviously they'll try and dethrone him. But trying to keep him in control for as long as he may live. Could live to 150. So he's quite middle-aged as far as elven standards go. And we'll just coexist in Þarþuþhaþhi's world. I think that's far more appealing to me as a player than anything else. So without further ado, I think there's only one thing left for my guy to sort out. Let's have a look at our court briefly. Do we want to swap anything out here? Honestly, the 3 Excaliburs are such a mood, I would never swap that out ever. We don't have any more banners. There's nothing else to change about the court. Obviously, we've got the major investments going there, so that's all good. There is but one simple loose thread for us to pull on, and that is Bercy. Our rival, our enemy, our would-be murderer if Threat was not such a fucking legend. Challenge him to a fight. Sorry, not Threk. It was, who was it? It was Feasnor. It was Feasnor. Goodbye, rival. This will be it. The great send-off for Þarþuþhaþhi. Attack high. Maggot, you think you can stand against me? You know what? We'll just keep going with the highest chance then. Just keep going with the highest chance. I'm the fastest blade in Elfland. That's probably... Ooh, I'm actually very surprised that didn't end the battle. I am victorious. We've wounded him. It's not going to kill him. But we've sent him a lesson. And my god, I'm happy with it. So, my friends, that is everything we can do here for Þarþuþhaþhi. We played a little bit longer than we were supposed to, but obviously we were in the middle of a few things. What a boy he's been. What a man he has grown into. But, of course, the story of Þarþuþhaþhi will continue without us at the wheel. He's going to rule in our stead, and the question is, did we set him off with enough tools to keep his realm together, to keep things going? I don't think we have to worry about the control of the cultural or anything like that. I think he's in safe hands. His own hands. And with that, it's time for a new adventure as Duke Alrong of Powys. The scheming, the terrifying, and the equally ugly Elven Lord. He's still quite terrifying. He's still got a lot going for him. The debatably attractive, Herculean, intelligent High Elf. With his one eye, is a murderer, an adulterer, a Blademaster. He's got a lot of facets. He's only 24. He has had 3 kids, which we will probably rename immediately so that we can remember them, so that we know who our immediate family is. For this guy, then, we need, more importantly, a different naming scheme. I'll mention this at the beginning of tomorrow's episode for people who don't watch this far. We'll need a different naming scheme to cement a different aspect of the dynasty, effectively the second part of our multi-part playthrough, right? So, let's go with something... I like to think, I would like to say relevant to the character, maybe other elf puns that are to do with murder and maiming and adultering and being just generally a horrible, horrible person. But that radical departure and more tomorrow. See you all then, my friends. And of course, a big thanks to the executive producer patrons allowing me to produce the content that I produce here for your production, consumption. Thank you to One Who Knocks, Loki Fellas, Hobo Billy Joel, Ozymandias, Stragon MRH, Doc G8404, Fizzlebuns, Randoman138, MK Sky, Johnny Wood, Some Idiot Guy, Duckmuck88, Slanny Neonisus, Kyle, a space duck, a lethal space duck who is cashless, Taught Nerdy to Me, Texas Yardbird, Star69 and Nackstar, Fancy Singularity, Clotendo, Couch Eckley, R997123, and Heisenborg for their support. The executive producer tiers over on Patreon. Thank you for your support, and thank you for being here. And a thank you as well to Jahihi, Ursus Arctos, Pair of Pants, LunaMayo, David Van Diepen, Sobolo, Baconomics, Bjornulf, Zed Audio 951, Buckio, Nylanthria, Darathus, Green King, and Max Soplo. See you all next time. Oh. Is his beard painted on? What's going on with that? What's going on with that?